Hi Inspire Artists, it's Mia, and today we'll be drawing a still life. I'm using my 2B and 4B pencils and a sheet of Strathmore sketch paper. Let's go! I begin by taking my 2B pencil and drawing an envelope. No, not that kind of envelope. This is an abstract shape that blocks out the space that the fruits will occupy. This prevents me from accidentally drawing too big and going off the paper, or too small. It gives me an approximate idea of the size I need to draw. Another method I use when drawing from life is the overhand method. This is the way I hold my pencil. Rather than pinching it between my thumb and index finger, I loosen my grip and hold the pencil a bit farther back. This helps you keep your drawings loose during the beginning stages. When I use the overhand method, I also draw using my shoulder. Now, that sounds a bit weird, right? It simply means that instead of resting my hand on the paper and pivoting my wrist, I only let my pencil touch the paper and move my shoulder and arm to draw. The key to drawing anything is to start with big, basic shapes and slowly add detail as you go on. This brings me to my next drawing tip. Draw what you see, not what you know. I know I'm drawing a pear and an eggplant, but if I only think of them as a fruit and a vegetable, my drawing won't accurately represent what I see. Instead, I am only seeing them as shapes. For example, the pear is made of two basic shapes, a sphere-like shape on the bottom with a sort of fat cone on top, and the eggplant is like an ovular shape. Drawing what you see also means looking at the negative space, or any empty space surrounding an object. By looking at what isn't there, it can clue you in on the contours, or outlines, of the objects you're drawing. This video is presenting you with a lot of information, so don't worry too much if you don't understand everything. Art is a long learning process. I've been drawing for almost 20 years and I am still learning new things every single day. One skill that has helped me the most with accurate still life drawing is how to measure objects. Throughout this video, you'll notice me holding up my pencil multiple times. I use my pencil not only to measure and compare the sizes of objects, but to determine the angle that certain parts of the objects fall on. To measure, start by taking your thumb and pencil and fully extending your arm away from you, holding it in front of the object you're drawing. Say, for example, you're also drawing a pear. You've drawn the bottom spherical shape, but don't know how tall to make the more conal shape at the top. Hold out your pencil and measure the height of the spherical shape by placing the point of the pencil at the top of the shape and your thumb at the bottom. Then make a mental tick mark of the point and shift the pencil up so your thumb is sitting where the point was. The top of the pear is about half the size of the sphere, so measure the tick marks again and draw the shape accordingly. This skill is tricky to explain, and I only learned about it a couple years ago, but it has helped me immensely, and I hope it helps you as well. At this point in the drawing, I have successfully blocked in my two shapes and will now move to adding value. Value is the lightness and darkness of something, so that means shadows and light. If we think back to drawing what we see instead of what we know, we can also apply this to the shadows by blocking in shadow shapes. Shadow shapes are exactly that, drawing the outline of a shadow on an object so we know the space it takes up before moving in with dark pencil marks that would be hard to erase. At this point, I have also added the cast shadows, the shadows that the objects cast, and a line in the background to indicate the table it's sitting on. Squinting your eyes while looking at objects will also help you determine the value to place down on your paper. The eggplant is the darkest object, so it should be the darkest part of the drawing. While working with value, it is important to take a step back every once in a while to make sure your drawing looks proportionate and correct. It's easy to get lost in the detail of your drawing and not realize that you're making a mistake before it's too late. I realized that my eggplant should have been a bit more to the right. Oops. But, as the great Bob Ross once said, there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. I'll be sure to step back more during my next drawing to avoid a problem like this. I continue to refine my drawing and add value. Since I'm adding more detail now, I allow myself to draw with my wrist for some areas instead of my shoulder. I grab a paper towel here and use it to blend my shadows out a bit. I also use my 4B pencil, which is a softer and darker lead than the 2B, for some of the core or super dark shadows. I continue adding value and blending until I'm satisfied. I could add more detail, but for the sake of this video, I think I've reached a good stopping point. And that's about it! I hope I inspired you guys to go out and try your own still life with all the new things you've learned today. Until next time, bye!